Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Naisha if you're new here, and in today's video we are going to be doing a full face of makeup that is on clearance at Ulta. So if you're new here, welcome. My name is Naisha. I'm a mom of two and a shopaholic and a makeupaholic, and I talk a little bit too much, but you will grow to love me just like everybody else has. So if you enjoy hauls, makeup looks, mom life, shopping, that's me. Hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up if you like clearance makeup as much as I do. And now let's talk about what I got. So first let's talk about clearance makeup. Well, right now, because nobody was shopping when everybody was on lockdown and because of the pandemic, a lot of places are having tons of sales, and there are a lot of things, especially the stuff that would have been selling over the summer, that's on clearance. So if you're like me, and as soon as you walk into the store, the first place you go to is the clearance aisle. That's where I go first, and I'll see what they have there before I go into the regular price stuff. When I'm shopping, I need a coupon, I need a discount, I need points, something. It just does not sit well with my soul to pay full price for something. If you've been on my channel before, you already realize that I do a lot of shopping at like Marshall's, TJ Maxx, Home Goods, these stores, because I'm cheap. And for being somebody that's cheap, I do a lot of shopping. But I got issues. We won't talk about that. Anyway, so like I said, I always run to the clearance aisle first, and recently Ulta has been having major clearance sales. Now some of the things that I'm going to use are stuff that I picked up on clearance a while back, because like I said, that's my jam. But recently they've been doing like 50% off the clearance price, 75% off the clearance price. So some of these things I paid like $1.50, $1.75, $2, $3 for them. So let's see if it's on clearance because it's an overstock issue, like they had too much and it's time to get rid of it, because us with the makeup, we just want the newer thing, and as soon as something gets boring they gotta put it on clearance, or is it trash and they need to get rid of it. I'll give you a little bit of preview. There's some good things and there's some trash. So let's get into it. Okay, so my eyebrows are already done and my eyes are already primed because I didn't get any new eyebrow stuff. So for eyeshadow, we're gonna go in with the LA Girl Pro Artistry eyeshadow palette. This is what it looks like. Lots of nice cool tone neutrals, some blues and greens, and some silvery tones. This one was actually destroyed and I fixed it. I have a little reel on my Instagram showing how to fix your broken eyeshadows, so check that out. My Instagram is always listed down below. I sound like a broken record, but it's true. So I'm going to start with this chocolatey brown right in the crease. I've used these LA Girl Pro palettes before. I have 2 or 3 more, as well as a face palette, and they're okay, I'll be honest. For drugstore shadows, their mattes are not my favorites. They're not bad, they're not horrible, but they're not my favorite. Their shimmers are really good. Some of the shimmers in the older palettes I want to depot because they're that good, and you never know, maybe some of these too. I mean, that went on pretty good, no complaints. Nice neutral brown. Now I'm gonna take this fluffy beige blending brush and blend it out with the lighter brown. I'm gonna take this teeny tiny Nabella brush, Nabella and e.l.f. brush, it's a small blending brush, and we're gonna smoke it out with the black. I don't know how crazy this black is, so I'm just gonna go in a little at a time. Okay, so far these mattes are actually working out a lot better than the ones in the first palette that I tried. So that's pretty good. I'm just going with this black little by little. I don't want it to get too dark, too quick, too crazy. Oh, and I didn't mention it before, but this palette was $15.99 and then it was 75% off. So what's that? $4? $3 or $4? I'll put the price on the screen when I do the math because not that quick in the brain anymore. And for the lid, I'm gonna go in with these two green colors. I'm gonna put on the lighter green on the front of the lid and the darker green towards the back. And I'm using this BH Cosmetics, it's my Ray Ray brush. So I'm gonna do it without wetting it first and then wet it if we need to. And it is just fine without being wet. If you want a more intense look, you can wet it, but I prefer not to wet my shadows because I feel like it makes my eyelids look wrinkly. These are the things you have to consider when you're over 40. You 20-year-olds, you go ahead and wet that shadow. Flip the brush, go into the darker green. We'll come back to the palette and do the lower lash line when we're done with the face. In the meanwhile, we're gonna do liner and lashes. So I have two options. I have this Eyeliner London Vegas Nay Bronze Beauty Full Make Lashes. And this was $11.99, 75% off, so $1 something, $2. And then I have the Eyelure Pro Magnetic Eyeliner and Lash System. So this one comes with a glue. It comes with a glue as well as the lashes. And $16.99, again 75% off. It says easy application in minutes, 15 wears, long lasting. So I think I'm gonna go with the magnetic one because I've actually never worn lashes with like that whole magnetic glue situation. I've always been worried that whatever's causing it to be magnetic, like the metal in the glue and on the lashes, could eventually, and it probably still does eventually, do some sort of damage. But I mean, at this point, what isn't causing cancer? So the lashes are really nice. They're a little bit on the, a little dramatic, a little wispy. And you know how I like it was flared out on the end. And then we have the glue. So let me read the instructions before I dive in. I don't know what I'm doing. Step 1, apply liner, allow to dry. Step 2, apply 2 more coats. Step 3, apply magnetic lash to liner. All right, that's what we're doing. Oh, there's like clumps of stuff on the brush. That doesn't look good. Oh, I'm gonna lose an eye. I mean, the liner is going on fine. It's just a little light for my liking. Okay, so let me do one at a time. I do have to say, the little brush in here is amazing. It works beautifully. Okay, so on the lash band itself, there's some little magnets. Pray for me, y'all. It's not sticking. What did I do wrong? Let's read this again. Am I not supposed to allow the second coat to dry? Oh, Lord. What did I get myself into? Let's try this again. Okay, so on. I don't know if it's secure. I'm scared. It's on. No, it's not. Okay, so a couple things. Reading is essential. So the instructions on the box itself aren't as clear as the instructions on the inside. So basically this says to put 3 coats on, waiting for each coat to dry. Well, first of all, you have to shake the bottle, which I didn't do. That's why there was those clumps. Then you put 3 coats on, wait for each coat to dry, and then when it's completely dry, then you put the lashes on, and they're supposed to stay. But I don't know if it's a problem with the product, that's why it's on clearance, or if it's user error, but it would not stick on my eyelashes, on my eyelids. So we had to abandon that. And I just went ahead and used my Kiss Lash Glue Liner, my ever faithful Kiss Lash Glue Liner, and put it on in a couple seconds. The Ulta Beauty Full Make Lashes, these were $11.99, again 75% off. They went on, they're on there, but yeah, it's a no for me. Let me know if you ever used magnetic lashes and if it works for you, if it worked for you, if this product worked for you, and I'm just slow. The lashes are beautiful though, and I am going to use them as regular lashes with regular lash glue, although now I have metal filings on my eyelids. But you know, I'm not going anywhere, and as soon as this video is done, it's coming off, so I'll be alright. I'll survive, I think. All right, so let's move on from this and try to pick this up. We'll come back strong. Okay, so I didn't pick up any primer, so I already went ahead and primed my skin. And for foundation, we have 2 choices. So I have the Stila Hide and Chic Fluid Foundation in Tan Deep 1 and the Smith & Cult Veiled Threat Weightless Micro Blurring Foundation in 370 Natural. So the funny thing is, the Stila, I bought this online. The Stila was like $3 or $4. They were really trying to get rid of this. And the Smith & Cult, I can't remember. I'll put the price on the screen because I don't know it off the top of my head. But it's back to full price, which was surprising because literally at the time I bought it, it was like 60-70% off. So I thought they were getting rid of it, but maybe they decided not to. But I got it cheap, and I'm happy about that. So this is the Smith & Cult one, not bad. And then this is the Stila, really pretty packaging. Color looks good. I think because I have the Smith & Cult concealer as well, I'm gonna use the Stila foundation. And of course, I just remembered I also got a bunch of brushes. So these are the Real Technique, I can't remember the name, but these were last year's holiday collection. So I got a like foundation brush, powder brush, blush, contour, and 2 of these flat brushes. I absolutely love these brushes for putting my shimmers on my lid, so I can never have enough of these. So I got 2 of them, and these were $2-3 at the time that I bought them. And we've been seeing these in Marshalls and TJ Maxx as well for $3-4. So still really good prices. So I'm going to try them out today, and I'll let you know if they're any good. So I don't normally put my foundation on with a brush, but since I have a foundation brush, I'm going to use it with the Stila Hide and Chic Fluid Foundation, again in Tan Deep 1. So I'm gonna do half with the brush and then half with my sponge. This is a Real Techniques Cashmere Dreams sponge. Absolutely love this sponge. It's like one of those suede microfiber sponges, and it's shaped like a little egg, so it was like flat on this side. See? Absolutely love this sponge. All right, so let's get in with the foundation. Ooh, it's very liquidy. Let me shake it up because who knows what might be going on in there. All right, let's do this quick because it's really, really runny. It looks really light. Really runny. See, look. Oh, right. Just gonna dab it with the brush, soak it up. It's pretty light. Surprise, surprise. It's a little bit on the light side. Right undertone though. All right, let's see how it looks with a sponge because I'm not feeling the brush. This foundation is so bad. Now I know why they were selling it for $3, and the reviews were horrible too. Okay, it's pretty light coverage. It barely covered anything. I didn't even know I had like dry patches on my skin, but this foundation is telling me I have dry patches on my skin. And it's just making my skin look more textured and wrinkled. Oh, child, no. No wonder it was $3, and this just came out too. I guess immediately people were like, nope, immediately no. Immediately no.
Immediately no. Immediately no.
Okay, well then for concealer, I have the Smith & Cult Canceled Light Diffusing Concealer. I have the color 250 Cool. The problem with 250 Cool is that it is, look at 250 Cool. I could probably use this as a foundation. You know what? Okay, but the problem with this was there was this one, 250 Cool, and then the shade right above it, which I probably could have tried, was there were like 4 colors missing in between. So it was like way too light. So I didn't want to get something that was way too light. So I decided to get this one, and now that I look at it, it is too dark. So I think I'm gonna go with this kind of all over my face and blend it in to help out the situation that we got here. Because I also have this MAC Studio Fix 24 Hour Smooth Red Concealer. I also got this on clearance at Ulta. I believe this was because that store didn't merchandise MAC and they were just trying to get rid of it. So I got it for like 50–60% off. So I have that. So I'm gonna mix these two. But with the Smith & Cult, I'm gonna try it all over my face and see if it helps this foundation any. Y'all, it's a good thing I ain't going nowhere because it's about to be crazy. Okay, that helped a lot, but now I'm extremely dewy. But anyway, I'm gonna go in with the MAC Studio Fix Concealer. Brighten up the usual areas. This is not new to me, I've used this several times. It's a decent concealer. And for contour, I'm gonna go in with my Juvia's Place shade stick, I think is what it's called, another foundation stick, and the color is Sokoto. This is actually my favorite concealer, my favorite contour stick. I just love how it blends out on the skin. All of the Juvia's Place foundation sticks were on clearance. They were like around $6, so I already had this. I bought this a while ago. But I got this Madagascar. I thought this would be a good color that for like my skin tone. And I also picked up another color, but for the life of me, I cannot find a whole box of makeup. Who does that? In the move, I lost a box of makeup. Gone. I must have thrown it away. I'm so mad. Had some good things in there, and I knew I got the box because it had my Kiss lash liner and the lashes that I did the tutorial with on my IGTV. If you haven't seen it, I'll link it down below. But everything else in that box, and there were a lot of things in that box, gone, disappeared. Who knows? I'm so mad. Okay, so that is the concealer and the contour blended out. Those aren't new. I've used them before and I already know I like them. So for powder, we're gonna go in with the Ulta Beauty Mineral Tinted Setting Powder. This was $1 and change, and this is in the color Warm. So you can see it's a little bit of a deeper color. Nothing deeper. I'm banging the hell out of this and nothing's coming out. Okay, I'm gonna use my sponge into the powder, set my under eyes. Okay, that powder is really finely milled, sunk into the skin nicely. Don't see any crazy wrinkles or texture. So I actually like that so far. Except for the packaging. There's like 6 teeny tiny holes and it's a pain in the butt to get the powder out. So I would definitely remove this little thingy on the inside because the powder itself is nice. Okay, I always like to go over my face with a powder, and we're gonna be using the Ulta Beauty Light Illusion Perfecting Powder for $13.99. So this was a couple dollars, $2 or $3. Speaking of Ulta Beauty, I completely forgot that I picked up. Seems like they're no longer going to be in Ulta or something. So all of their stuff was on clearance. So they had these little pots, eye pigment pots. So I was gonna use this, but I forgot. So I picked up a bunch of these colors. So it's just like a cream shadow, very creamy, very pigmented. So mad I didn't use it now. I'll use it again in another video soon. So these were originally around $8 and with 75% off was $1 something, $1.75, I think, for each color. And when these first came out, a lot of people were saying that they were good. So mad I didn't use it. Anyway, so I also got the powder, the Light Illusion Perfecting Powder in Sable D2. There weren't a lot of colors to choose from, but I felt like this would look decent on my skin. So I'm gonna go in with this Real Techniques number 3 brush, powder brush. Okay, so this is actually a pretty good color for me. Set my face fine. Nothing too spectacular. It's supposed to be light deflecting. It needs to deflect these dry spots off my nose, thanks to that foundation. Anyway, this is fine. I think it's totally worth the $3. I saw them putting it out in CVS the other day when I was there, so I guess it's just not in Ulta anymore, and they were just getting rid of it. So it's not that it's a bad product, it's just not in Ulta anymore. Okay, and for blush and highlight, I'm gonna go in with the Too Faced Pineapple Paradise Strobing Bronzer and Highlighting Duo. I believe this is from last summer collection, 2019 summer collection. And we see these products in TJ Maxx, Marshalls, on clearance in every other store because one is from last summer. Nobody's buying things from last summer anymore. And I'm sure they just have a lot of stuff on stock and they're just trying to get rid of it. So I'm gonna use this bronzer. This is the Toasted Pineapple. So I'm using this bronzer and this gold highlight. I'm going to use this Real Techniques 004 brush to bronze. It's a small brush for a bronzer. Why can't I talk? It's a small brush for a bronzer, but it'll work. I think this is really like a contour brush. But we gonna make it work. It's the color. It's very shimmery. It's a really nice color though. Nice and warm. For highlight, I'm going to use the Wet n Wild, this Wet n Wild brush in the gold highlight. Very glittery. Now, as usual, I'm just going to dust over my face with a nice big powder brush. And we're going to start with my H2O Beauty Oasis Quench Today Hydrating Mist. one of my favorite setting sprays. I got this on clearance for half price, $9 a long time ago. Okay, so far not so bad. We've been able to save things in time to finish up the lower lash line. It's gonna be nice and easy. I'm just gonna go back in with these two browns, and then I'm probably gonna go in with this color on the inner corner. And I have a bunch of lip options. So I have this Butter London Voluptuous long wearing lip color in Elated. This was around $5. It's the color. Beautiful corally color. And I love when they have a magnetic closure, like, oh, love it. Then I got two Milani Amore Satin Matte in Luxe and Revel. So this is Luxe, very light pink. So these are not the matte ones that like crack on you. These are the satin matte ones. Oh, I love that combo. Won't go with this look, so I won't do that, but that's a really nice combo for a nice ombre. And I also got some KKW, so this was closer to the summertime. This was her summer collection, spring collection, the fiery collection. So I got the eyeliner in Rust, which I'll probably use as a lip liner, and two of the glosses in Flammable and Extinguish. So Flammable is the orange. Love me an orange gloss. And Extinguish is the brown, chocolatey brown with sparkles. Beautiful nude. So what I think I'm gonna do, I'm gonna line my lips with the liner. It's supposed to be eyeliner, but I'm gonna put on my lips. Then I'm gonna go in with the Butter London lipstick. And then I'll go over top with the KKW gloss. Okay, this is my biggest problem with KKW liners. I love the formula. It's like my favorite, but the liner always gets separated from the wood. See? Just like her sisters. So, hope they fix that because I like the formula. Anyway, now I'm gonna go over with the Butter London. This has a very citrusy scent to it. I like it. And it's tingly. Plush Brush Lipstick. I wonder if that means it's plumping. Because I feel a little bit of tingliness to it. Plump away. I think I'm just going to go over top a little bit with the orange, you know, orange coral. They all go together, right? Okay, y'all, we have somewhat of a look here. I'm gonna go finish things up and I'll be right back. Okay, and I'm back with the finished look. Very glowy, I might add, but let's talk about all of these products. First, I want to say quickly the stuff that I've used before, the MAC concealer, the H2O spray, those things, I've used them before, love them, not a problem. So for the eyeshadow palette, like I said, I've used these LA Girl Pro palettes before. The mattes were never really my favorite. This one, the mattes worked a little bit better. I only used the browns. There are only brown mattes in here, so there's that. And the shimmers that are in here are really nice. Some of them end up being like really chunky and are better off with your hand or wet, but the greens went on really nicely without me having to wet them. Like I said, I prefer not to wet my shadows, but this palette is still for sale. at the regular price, probably on sale. I think the only reason why this was on clearance was because this color was shattered. And like I said, I have reels on my Instagram showing how I fix it. So if you're interested in seeing that, you can check it out there. So I was able to get this for a couple dollars because of the broken shadow, but it actually is a really, really good palette. Excited to use these blues, these beautiful, beautiful blues right here. Excited to use those, but it's a nice palette. These magnetic lashes, this struggle bus.
That was a hot mess inside a dumpster fire, inside a train wreck.
This is a no, a hot no from me. The lashes themselves are pretty. The style of the lashes, the way it looked in my eyes, pretty, yes. But the whole magnetic situation, there was a reason why I stayed away from this magnetic situation, because it was a pain in the butt. The liner, again, reading is fundamental. I should have shook it up before I used it, but still, on this eye, I shook it up. I did exactly as the instructions said, and it still didn't work. So it could be the product, it could be user error. I mean, I'm pretty much a pro at putting on lashes, so I'm not sure. I don't see why it would be my issue. I never really was into this because the thought of having magnets on my eyelids was never my thing. So I guess it will continue to not be my thing because no. The other lashes, the Bronze Beauty Eyelure lashes, they went on fine. Typical Eyelure quality. I like them. Not quite sure how they were in clearance. Maybe they're just getting rid of. I think they're updating their packaging, so maybe that's the reason why they were getting rid of these. But I like them. They're pretty nice, kind of everyday lashes. Well, everyday in my opinion. The foundations. So I didn't use the Smith & Co. one, so we'll save that for another time. This is trash. Trash. This is why it was $3 on super clearance. Nobody wants it. This just came out. I think this came out in the summertime. This is so bad. Wait, for me, for my oily skin, huge pores, it didn't work. It showed me dry spots and wrinkles I didn't know I had. I know I have them, I'm 41, but come on. I don't want to see them. So this is trash, and it's going into trash. The Smith & Co. concealer, it is, you know, light diffusing concealer. It helped the foundation, helped to color correct the foundation. It seemed to be a little bit of a thinner, more hydrating formula. This is going to be too deep for my under eye, so I'll probably continue to mix this with something else. But for what I used it today, it worked out, so no complaints. The brushes, now these feel like really nice. It's not too hefty. It's okay. It's not the softest I've ever felt, but it's okay. Not really a foundation brush person, so I can't tell you if this is good, bad, or in between. This one is on the smaller side for an angle brush, so it's definitely more for contour because it goes like right in here. It was a little difficult for me to use as a bronzer, but then that was my choice. I didn't get to use this one. You can use this for blush or actually for bronzer, but you know what? They're pretty nice brushes for the price. Real Techniques always give good quality brushes. Again, not the softest, but they're nice. The Ulta Beauty Mineral Tinted Setting Powder. This is a really, really nice color. I love how it set the concealer under my eye. Very finely milled, sunk into the skin nicely. Isn't causing any creasing. There's no crazy creasing going on. The packaging is trash. This cap has like 6 little holes. You're gonna be sitting here all day trying to get some powder out. So I'm just gonna remove that when I continue to use this. I like that it's nice and small, compact size. So it's good for storing. So I actually really, really like this powder. And the Flower Beauty Light Illusion Perfecting Powder. I lucked out that this Sable D2 color did work really nicely on my skin. It didn't deposit a lot of color. It's supposed to be light deflecting. I think it did help out with the situation with the foundation, so that's good. I'm so mad at myself that I didn't use these, especially this green color would have been perfect for this green look, and I think that was my thought process when I was doing this, I forgot. But just from the swatch that I did and how it feels, it's very opaque and it feels really nice. So I'm really excited to use these, you know, going forward. I think these are perfect for just this type of look. instead of just using like a concealer, you can use this. This will help intensify the colors on your lid. So, you know, since I don't like to wet my shadows because it makes my lids crease even more, I think something like this, if it works well, would help make that color pop, bring it out, and help it last a little bit longer. So I'm definitely going to be using these. You'll see these in videos going forward. The Too Faced Toasted Pineapple Paradise Strobing Bronzer and Toasted Pineapple. So the formulas of these were fine. They're nice and shimmery. My only issue with this is that the bronzer, while it was okay on my skin tone, the highlight is too dark for my skin tone. So if they put this highlight in for someone who has a deeper skin tone than mine, then the bronzer should have been deeper. So this doesn't make a lot of sense to me. So I mean, you can see I'm just glowy all over in general because of everything that I used, but it's not like if it's a nice bright crazy looking highlighter, depending on how crazy you want your highlight to be. If you want like a subtle highlight, then fine, but I'm just thinking this color gold is better suited for slightly deeper skin tones, because when you go this way you can see a little bit of a shadow on my hand. So then this bronzer, in my opinion, should have been deeper. So I don't understand who put this together. Clearly not somebody of person of color, but anyway. But other than that, it worked out okay. It was nice as it can be like a blush topper, I guess, as opposed to a highlight for someone who is more in my skin tone. And for the lips, yes, I know this is an eyeliner, but eyeliner, lip liner, same thing in my book. And I really like KKW liners. The lip liners, some of my favorite. Her lipsticks, my absolute favorite matte lipstick formula. But just like her sister, the liner separates from the wooden part, and then that just is a pain in the butt. It slips forward and then you have to keep sharpening it. I had this problem just the other day when I was using the liner on my lips, and that is so annoying. So I hope they figure that out, why it separates from this material, the wooden material that they use, and fix that, because otherwise the formula is amazing. This Butter London lipstick, Plush Rush lipstick in Elated, is a really nice color, and I like the nice corally color. And like I said, it did have like a little bit of a fresh tingly feel to it, so I don't know if it's plumping, but it does, you know, I guess give you that rushing feeling. So that was nice. And then the gloss, a pretty decent color, nice orange gloss. I'm into orange. I just feel like when I was dipping into it, it's my first time using KKW lip glosses, I'm not getting a lot of product up on the brush, or else it doesn't look like it on the doe foot. So that was a little bit annoying. I had to keep going back in, but it's not the end of the world. Yeah, and I think that's it. Those are all the products that I picked up at Ulta on clearance, trying them out. Why are they on clearance? Some of them we know why they're on clearance. Some of them might just be an overstock issue. So you let me know down in the comments, have you ever tried any of these products? Do you like them? Have they worked for you? Was it as much of a problem as it was for me? Let me know. That foundation, trash. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.